Mike Trout got a ball sailed over his head on Saturday night. And this was after he personally beat the crap out of the Mariners in Seattle in a 4-game set just last week. So these two teams don't like each other. There's a history, and now they're playing each other over and over and over again in a condensed 10-day period. And Trout gets a ball that sails over his head on Saturday night. And the back and forth that's had that you see from the dugouts after that, Phil Nevin, the interim manager there, you could see he's not very happy about it. As the Mariners celebrate their win, he's staring at them on the field. And sure enough, the Sunday game happens, and the Angels start an opener. It's a guy who doesn't start games, like ever. Andrew Wantz, and he throws one that damn near hits Julio Rodriguez, their stud kid, and then they strike him out. And then in the top of the second, Wantz is out there, and he hits Jesse Winker right in the hip. And that's when Winker doesn't go charge the mound. He goes and he finds Nevin. And all holy heck breaks loose. And the lip reading that John Boy conducts is so spot on. There's no question based on the lip reading that Phil Nevin sent this kid out there to go hit Mariners. There's no doubt about it. And, just look at the 15 minutes and you'll see it. Because included in the 15 minutes is Winker apparently talking to Wantz, the pitcher. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It could be Wantz. My bad. I don't know. Never really heard of the guy until this all happened. Where Winker is responding to the pitcher who just hit him, and this is in the middle of the fray. And they're still pushing and shoving and hitting and throwdowns happening. Where Winker says the words, and it's properly lip-readed by John Boy, "You had to hit me?" And it looks like the pitcher's telling him, hey, man, my bad. You could read the body language. My bad. But I had to hit you. And you could see Winker go, he had to hit me. And he also, Winker found himself in the middle of the fray, face-to-face with Nevin. And you could read the lips from Winker basically saying, we didn't even hit your guy. But hit Trout. It sailed over his head, which is, I understand too close for comfort. So baseball acted yesterday. And I think they were spot on. Nevin got 10 games, man. He got 10 games. Winker got 7. And then J.P. Crawford, Anthony Rendon, and the pitching coach, Dom Chidi, each got 5 games. Rendon came out with a cast on his arm throwing hands. With a casted hand and arm.
He's always really
Wantz got 3 games. Julio Rodriguez got 2. Ryan Tepera, who was, the first one, I think, to joust with Winker, he got 3 games. Raisel Iglesias got 2 games. I don't know. He showed up. Was he one of the guys that came in? Were these guys coming in from the pen? They had to have been. They had to have been out there in the pen.
Had to.
Which is, again, my point being, keep those guys out of the fray. You don't allow them to come out of the pen. And the Angels bench coach got 2 games. The catching coach, Bill Hasselman, got 1 game for the Angels. And I've never seen this before. This is a first. I've never seen this before. A 2-game suspension for the Angels interpreter, Manny Del Campo. So I guess, again, he improperly read body language. And I guess whoever Del Campo's there to translate, is there, can you add a new interpreter for 2 games? Can there be an interpreter that you hire for just the temp interpreter?
They're going to have to.
Or do you have to do without it? I mean, the penalty would be, I guess the penalty is you're not with your regular interpreter. So the Angels lose a game, maybe in the next couple of games, because, the person for whom English is not a first language didn't understand, didn't comprende. Right? It was mixed up in the lost in translation.
What if the translator was acting on behalf of the person he was translating for?
Yeah, like I'm gonna hate you.
Maybe it was Maybe he was translating in the middle of all that. The person for whom English is not the first language was trying to tell somebody who only speaks English, you suck.
That's what I'm saying.
He's caught in the middle of all this, trying to interpret the sucking and the expression of sucking.
I think we got to look
Could
deeper
that be
into
it?
that.
Is that why the interpreter?
I mean, was he acting on his own?
Interpreter got suspended. You're supposed to let your mouth do the talking, not your hands.
Well, not when you're a sign language interpreter.
Damn.
You know?
He's also a bullpen catcher.
And apparently Ohtani was kept out of the fray because his interpreter was there to help him. Keep him out. What the hell?
What do we do?
Amazing. Simply wild.